All right, so it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I am late making a dinner for my kids. I look in my pantry and see what I have. I have biscuits, I had some ground turkey, some produce. So I went ahead and I typed in what I could find, and I found this really good turkey cheeseburger biscuit cup recipe. So I just want to share this with you. These look really good. I'm going to attempt this for my kids tonight. Here's your recipe. As I'm making this, I just thought, man, I think my students would actually enjoy this one. So you got a lot of lean protein in there with turkey. Take a look at the ingredients and follow along as I make it. So it does tell me that I need to preheat my oven, which I'm doing. I'm preheating my oven to 400. In a skillet, I need to cook my turkey until I get out all the pink, so you can see that's what I'm doing. I'm working that right now. This is a really nifty little tool that I use to help break up my meat. I put nothing in my skillet. I'm just letting the ground turkey cook itself. You'll notice ground turkey looks a lot like ground beef. It's very lean. Okay, it's a healthier option. So if you wanted to try substituting some of your beef for ground turkey, try it. All right, so you can notice there's still some pink in there. So I'm gonna cook this down until all that pink is done. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this up a bit. You will see I already diced up my onions. So here is, I cut it in half. I removed the outer layer there. I put it in my little trash pile. And I just cut it in really fine, thin little slits. And then I went in with my knife and I just diced it real fine. Okay, so this is part of the flavoring to make that good cheeseburger taste. You guys see that now my ground turkey is looking brown. Okay, so I use this. I really try to make this nice and fine. I like to kind of mash it up so it doesn't look stringy. All right, so this particular ground turkey was 93% lean and 7% fat. So check it out. This is what I'm talking about. You'll notice there's not a whole lot of grease in the bottom of this skillet. It does tell me that I need to drain any extra fat or extra, grease. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put a lid on top of it, and I'm gonna run my hot water in my sink, and I'm just gonna dump out any excess grease, so that way, I'm not eating any extra fat that I don't have to. Next step was to transfer my meat that's nice and cooked into a bowl. I added some olive oil into my skillet. I'm letting it kind of heat up on about medium heat. I do have my nice and chopped up minced onion. And so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add it to my skillet and I'm gonna saute it for a few minutes so it cooks up the onion. All right, you hear that? That onion cooking. Okay, so I'm gonna let this cook. Next in our recipe, it's telling us to add a half a cup of ketchup, a tablespoon of mustard, and a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. Our next step was to open up my biscuit rolls, which of course it scared me. Popped open scared me, so you get them and they look just like this. They're pretty thick, so that wouldn't be enough. So what we're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to get a rolling pin and you're gonna have to roll it nice and thin. I rolled it about 2 or 3 times a little bit bigger than what it was, so there's in comparison. And now I did spray a cupcake tin and I just pressed it in and I kind of draped it over. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill it with our mixture of ground turkey and our ketchup and mustard and Worcestershire sauce. And then I'm just gonna sprinkle some cheese on it. All right, they're ready. Check them out. They look pretty tasty, so we'll see if they're kid-proof. They're really hot, so I wanted you to just see they cooked all the way through. So you don't want them too brown on the bottom. Those look brown, but they're not burnt or anything, so. Cheeseburger biscuits, everybody. Dinner is ready.